Welcome to the new video, and in this video we will discuss two very important questions that the interviewer may ask during the interview regarding the operational risk manager job or ORM job or the operational risk analyst job. I have uploaded different other interview related questions and videos and model answers on this channel. If you have not checked those videos, please go and check those videos as well. And in this video we will go into the deeper concepts. So if you have no basic understanding of what is operational risk management, so I would recommend you to go and check other videos on this channel so that you may know what are the basics of operational risk. So let's start our video. Question number one: how do you identify and assess operational risks? This is the question, and the model answer would be you can say to the interviewer that in my previous role, I used combination of scenario analysis, key risk indicators, and collaboration with business and operations team. Let's discuss what is scenario analysis. Scenario analysis means the operational risk manager or the operational risk analyst creates different scenarios and predict the operational risk that might occur in the organization. Let's suppose cyber attack. Cyber attack the chances of occurrence of cyber attack may be increased because of the possible acquisition of a new system from a new vendor. And if the vendor has weak controls, so the deployment of the new system might create the chances, or you can say increased chances of operational risk because the organization has acquired a weak system from a weak vendor or supplier. Number two is the key risk indicators. Operational risk managers are required to develop key risk indicators where they get the hints or indications of the operational risk. Key risk indicators are developed based on the identified or previously occurred operational losses or incidents. So, key risk indicators are also one of the avenues to identify and assess the operational risk. And number three is the collaboration with business and operations team. Collaboration means meetings and checking the policies and procedures of business and operations teams, conducting different types of discussions or questions to identify the operational risk. Now let's discuss the example of scenario analysis. Uh, you have to give the answer to the interviewer that you performed the scenario analysis in your previous job and where you assessed the possibility of cyber attack. As we discussed that the possibility of cyber attack would be increased if a new system is acquired from a new vendor or when the new vendor is not very authentic, or you can say if the new vendor has weak internal controls. So there are chances that the system of this new vendor would also be very weak. And if the system is acquired and deployed, so the organization would be at risk of cyber attack, and the criminals or cyber fraudsters might penetrate through this new system into the mobile banking app of the organization. Here we are assuming that this is the banking organization, so bank use mobile banking apps. So if the bank acquires a system from a new vendor and the system is, for example, weak, then the possibility of cyber attack is increased and the fraudsters might penetrate through this system to the mobile banking app of the organization and steal the critical information. So this was the question number one. Now let's move to the question number two. Can you provide a successful risk mitigation strategy you implemented in your previous organization? So here the interviewer is asking the risk mitigation strategy that you implemented in your previous roles. So you have to say, yes, I identified critical operational risk related to a key third party vendor. Third party vendor means any supplier or vendor that provides systems or other services to the organizations. Organizations outsource certain critical functions to the third party providers. As the question is, what risk mitigation strategies you identified? So, you have to present your answer and you have to say that you implemented a more robust due diligence process and you established a contingency plan. So more a robust due diligence process of the third party, which means that You before onboarding the third party vendor and before acquisition of the new system from the third party vendor, you performed enhanced level of due diligence where you checked the reputation of the third party in the market. You checked the profile or the management profile of the third party vendors. You checked the internal controls by checking their policies and procedures. You discussed different types of cybersecurity risks with the third party vendor. You ensure that third party vendor is strong enough and provides security with their systems to the organization. So this type of due diligence might be performed. And contingency plan means if, for example, the third party system fails, or for example, if the third party does not provide the sufficient controls, or you, as the operational risk manager, after acquisition of the system, discover certain risks, so you must have the contingency plan, how the system should be not used by the management if for example acquired, and this might be the contingency plan. Or the contingency plan might be, for example, if the cyber attack occurs or if the system fails, then what are the options available to the institution. So you have to say that you mitigated the risk of third party vendor by establishing the more robust due diligence processes, and you perform the due diligence of the third party in more detail, and you develop the contingency plan. So these were the two important questions, because these questions test your knowledge and your clarity of the concepts. So interviewer asks these types of questions, and for the example purposes of this question number two, you will say how you perform these two risk mitigation measures. So there is an example here. You will say we negotiated with the vendor to implement strong internal controls, and we ensure that vendors' disaster recovery plans are aligned with our operational needs. So these are the due diligence points you can say. And you can say also that this proactive approach of performing the appropriate due diligence and implementing the strong internal controls by the vendors and the availability of disaster recovery plans not only minimized the impact of potential issues on our organization, but also increased the overall resilience of our operations. It demonstrated the importance of a proactive risk management strategy. So, what basically you did in this is that you performed a proactive risk management strategy, because here, before acquisition of the system from the third party, you performed more robust due diligence. You check the controls, you discuss the issues with the third party, you discuss possible operational risk, possible cybersecurity risk with the third party before acquiring their systems. And then you ensure that contingency plan is available. So you develop proactive risk management strategy. So if you give these answers to the interviewer, so the interviewer would get to know that you have the clarity of concepts in the identification and assessment of operational risk, and you have clarity about the risk mitigation strategy and its actual implementation. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this GRC channel for more videos. I will be uploading more conceptual videos and regarding the governance, risk management, and regulatory compliance. And if you have not previously watched other videos, so please watch them as well. Thank you for watching.